As the DNC began the four-day convention Monday night with a focus on racial justice and President Trump's mishandling of the coronavirus crisis, the Democratic Party faced criticism for a lack of diversity in its primetime lineup, with only a handful of Latinx speakers and no Muslim speakers, while Republicans like former Ohio Governor John Kasich were given slots. The primetime slots include Bernie Sanders, of course, Kamala Harris, who is one of your rivals, but now the vice presidential candidate, Buttigieg, Klobuchar, Warren, Booker, Yang. Not you, though. Were you asked?
To speak in primetime?
Yes.
No, I was not. No, I was not. I spoke a few years ago, and I had a wonderful time doing it. And, I'm going to continue to speak out on issues that matter for our country. And also, most importantly, I'm going to do my part to help ensure that Joe Biden gets elected and we defeat Donald Trump in November. I agree with you on the issue of representation. Last week, I think the count had been that there were 35 primetime speakers, and only 3 of them were Latinx. And I raised, a concern about that, and also at that time, a lack of representation among Native Americans and Muslim Americans, because I don't believe that represented the beautiful coalition that Democrats have put together. Fortunately, in the days since then, over the weekend, there were announcements that were made that were, I think, much more diverse, which is a positive. And when you actually look at the programming, the non-politicians that are speaking, which I think people maybe even pay attention to more, they're very diverse, whether it's the family of George Floyd or Kristen, the young woman who gave testimony about her father passing from COVID-19. That's very important. When it comes to the Latino community, I think that the campaign needs to continue to invest in voter outreach, registration efforts, speak to the issues that matter. And, just recently, the campaign released a Latino agenda for America, which I thought was a good thing to do and will resonate. But also, all of the issues that people care about: healthcare, about small business, about educational opportunity for their kids, addressing the fact that the Latinx community and all the other vulnerable communities have been the hardest hit during this pandemic. And, Joe Biden has been squarely addressing many of those issues, and I'm sure the campaign will continue to do that. On top of that, it's going to require a lot of other work from the nonprofit organizations that do voter registration, like Voto Latino and a number of others, to get folks out in what is going to be a very unusual year in terms of the mechanics of voting.